My knife is definitely not this sharp at home. Crushed it. I made that.
All right, we'll start off this week making some breakfast in the kitchen. At least Aaron Myler will. French toast on the menu today.
Hey everybody, for Myler Makes It today, we're here at Bread & Friends in Portland, Zollport. Tanner Rubin, one of the owners, and the head baker. Very impressive. So what are we making today?
We're going to be making our brioche. So we have our wets here, some eggs and milk.
Okay.
We have 2 different flours, a bread flour and then a house milled sifted flour.
Very fancy, very nice.
Yes. With a little bit of yeast and salt, some sugar, and a bunch of butter, which makes it amazing.
So how are we starting off? Which one goes first? Wets
and
first?
Dries. Wets first.
Okay, so we got all the eggs and everything, everybody. I'm gonna try not to splash too much.
Beautiful.
I typically make a mess on these things, so I apologize.
And
We
then
got all of our
right in
other
with
stuff, all the flour and whatnot. Just dump it all in?
Yep.
Oh, that's easy. Oh, it's getting a flour cloud. Okay, and now how do we, this is not my mixer,
Reach
so.
in here, just pop this hook in, get the bowl on.
And then we just turn it on, right?
Yep.
Where's the little switch here?
There you go.
There we go. Okay, and now we're just gonna let this mix. Okay, now we got our butter. We already put some of this and the sugar in. You said this is what kind of makes brioche unique.
Yeah, the more butter, the better. Really makes it super silky and delicious.
So we put a bunch of it in just to get it here. Here's what the dough looks like. And you said we just, oh, well, that's probably not safe. Oh, there we go. We just separate these pieces and just toss the butter in. It's like throwing cards. And that's easy. That was so simple. Covered in a little bit of butter. But so now that just gets to keep going. That's gonna slowly work its way in there. And then as it does, we're just gonna get to take this and make French toast out of it.
It's gonna be wonderful, super silky, luxurious, and it's gonna make for a really tender, amazing loaf that's going to turn into a super custardy, almost bread pudding-like French toast.
Cool. So we're gonna let this keep mixing. We're gonna form it, bake it. Up next is really assembling the custard, making the French toast. That's all coming up next on Myler Makes It. Okay, everybody, we're back at Bread & Friends for Myler Makes It today. I have Jeremy Brochek, the owner and chef here. We got our bread out of the oven. Now we're slicing it. So we want, like, looks like kind of like Texas toast. Is it like
Yeah, it's
maybe
pretty
an inch
thick.
thick?
We just kind of put one piece on the plate, so we want it nice and thick.
I'm left-handed if you can't tell, so.
Oh, that does make it challenging.
But so you just
Great.
want it nice and thick so it's like.
Yeah, so it really absorbs that custard. We get a nice kind of crunch on the outside and nice and creamy in the middle.
You're not getting like that white Wonder Bread kind of
Definitely not.
taste.
It's all made here.
Okay, now, most important part of French toast, the custard.
The custard, yeah, definitely.
So we've got a lot of ingredients here, everybody. So as I
Yep.
pour these in,
So we
walk me
have
through them.
full milk there.
Okay,
Or I'm sorry, that is heavy cream.
perfect.
This is
whole milk.
Yep.
They look the exact same on
yeah,
the
one's
camera.
just a little thicker, right?
Exactly, okay.
Eggs.
And
A
these
lot of egg yolks.
what's the point of just doing the yolks and not,
Yeah, that really makes it a lot more rich. You have more fat content in the yolk than just the white, where the white is mostly protein and water.
oh, so it's just gonna make a better, richer product at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got some other stuff here.
Yep.
This is my
Sugar.
favorite, sugar.
Yep. Has to be a little bit sweet.
You need salt
Touch
in
of salt.
everything. Everything needs salt, people. If you're not putting salt in your sweets, incorrect. And then last but not least,
Yeah, some cinnamon and cardamom.
oh, fun. Okay. And you said it's from a local place in Brunswick?
Yeah, Griffin Ridge. We get a lot of our spices from them. We try to always
Support
be using local
That's awesome.
purveyors.
We all love to hear that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now do we mix it with this or?
Oh no, we mix it with this. So here's an immersion blender.
Power tools, you guys. I get power tools in this show. How do I turn this on?
Yeah, you're just gonna press. There's a button right by
Oh.
your finger. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And keep it
Keep
nice
it
and
under.
low because it has some power.
Oh, yeah, this is way stronger than mine at home. So now you guys do an interesting thing here. You said you soak this for 2 days. Is that good enough?
Yeah, just a touch more. Yeah, about 2 days.
I'm just
48
making a mess.
hours.
48 hours to soak this.
Yeah,
So we can just pour. You said this is messy, but just pour it over top?
pour it right over top.
Okay, you guys. Well, I'm gonna keep pouring this. Next, we're gonna take it, let it sit for 2 days. We'll talk about it, and then griddle it. It's coming up next on Myler Makes It. Everybody, still here at Bread & Friends from Myler Makes It. I have owner and chef Jeremy Brochek with me. Now, our French toast has been soaking for 2 days, you said.
Yeah.
We already have some that we've had already. It's significantly weightier.
Yeah, it's really soaked up all of that custard.
So now you put clarified butter down?
Yeah, a little bit of clarified butter right on the plancha. That's great.
It's gonna give it flavor
Right
and
on
help cook
top.
it up.
And it takes a little while to cook. There's a lot of custard in there, so it's about 5 minutes on each side.
Okay, so to skip some time and save me from this heat that's coming off of everything,
Yeah.
we started one up already.
Yeah, and so it is cooked on both sides. We've put a little bit of sugar on the top side of it.
So you put this, I'll show them again just so we have it.
Yeah.
Significantly more than that, I think you said.
Yeah, but
You put sugar down.
flip it over.
I'm gonna try to do this.
Yep.
You flip it over, and at the end, you said it's kind of like a creme brulee almost?
Yeah, that sugar has like melted, caramelized, and kind of bruleed on the top of that piece of French toast.
Look at that. You guys, we made some French toast. That's a nice, hefty, slice that we can put down. Now, you can see how unartfully me touching everything goes, but okay, now next we have classic, you said maple syrup.
Yeah, Maine maple syrup come from
Just put it on.
Dunn family maple.
Is that right? Does that look good? Is that enough? Okay.
Yep, exactly. We usually just kind of drizzle it like
Oh,
this.
perfect.
But that's the way.
And now something different. A lot of times you hear about whipped cream on pancakes, French toast, all the things. You do something slightly different.
Yeah, we're taking house-made creme fraiche that we've just whipped by hand, and we do a little quenelle right on top.
Okay, so you said you used to do creme fraiche because this adds a tartness to kind of cut through all that richness.
Exactly. The French toast is rich with all of those, the eggs and sugar, and it's brioche, which is lots of butter in the first place. So this kind of is that counterpoint to have cut through that richness.
Okay, I heat up the spoon. This is a thing I've seen people try to do.
Oh, you're kind of close.
Well, you guys, you can do one actually.
Okay.
Show the real way we do it so everybody
Sure.
knows. That did not go according to plan. Just put it right on. See, look how much look how much nicer the one looks than mine. Now I will steal the thunder on this one because this one I definitely can do. So I take a little cinnamon.
Yeah, just grate it right on top like that.
Oh, well, never mind. Maybe I broke that too.
Oh, you got it.
Well, next, you guys, we're gonna taste my very artful creation that I slightly messed up. That's coming up next on Myler Makes It. Everybody, for the final segment for this Myler Makes It, we're tasting the French toast. We took a little while to get here, so it started to melt because TV. But what is it? What do we got here? We got all the stuff? This is what's the official name of this French toast?
It's just the bread and French toast.
Get a bite.
Yeah.
It is crispy, like you said, from the sugar. It's, that tartness does cut through how rich everything is in and of itself. It's
Yeah. And so creamy and custardy on the
yeah.
inside.
It's not. I love my mother, but it's not her French toast in the
Totally.
best way.
Yeah.
Now tell me, Bread and Friends, what's your concept here? Because y'all are pretty new.
Yeah, so it's 4 of us as owners and friends, 2 couples actually.
I love that.
Yeah. Some of us have backgrounds in baking, myself, obviously background in cooking, and some in front of the house. So we kind of all came together and tried to put something that suits all of our strengths. And
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love to hear that. You love to hear people taking their strengths, making them work together, like friends,
Exactly.
So the name really does speak up to what this place is.
Yes, exactly.
It's bread and friends.
It's bread and friends.
And good food too. The bread, French toast, delicious.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for having us today.
Of course.
Yes, so if you want to come down, Bread and Friends in Portland's Old Port, we made some French toast today. Highly recommend, so I'm assuming the rest of the menu is great as well. Thank you for having me again.
Thanks so much, Aaron.
We'll see you on the next one.